Okay, so what I have here is the Eight of Pentacles. And we're trying to get to the 10, okay? The 10 of Pentacles is like the completion stage. It's sort of like that apex, that being at the top of the mountain when it comes to your financial standing. And what we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. And it's sort of like, what's next? What do I do next? And it's sort of like that stork walking around. Where are my people? Where are my tribe? Well, it doesn't really matter at this point where your people are and where your tribe is. It really matters that you start to figure out what you want to do independent of other people. Okay, so this is a decision that needs to be made individually rather than as a collective. And, you know, just going back to your essence, you are the sign of that goat. And goats are mountain climbers, and they do have a full bird's eye view. And they're quite solitary. You know, they can hang out in groups, but they're quite solitary because they climb these crevices, these rocks, and they're always able to land on their feet. And I feel almost like a lot of the times these decisions that you make, they have to come from that space where you have the bird's eye view and you can see the totality of the situation, whereas other people honestly might steer you the wrong way. So you want to look at this and you really want to, you know, try to figure out like, you're safe, you're okay on your own. You don't need to find other people. You just need to figure out and focus on what it is internally you need to do on your own. Okay. So what I'm also seeing as well is, I see for many of you foregoing certain foods. Okay. So I don't know if, you're recovering from some type of flu illness. I feel like your vitality level is a little bit low. You're foregoing food, foregoing water. So I don't know if some of you are fasting or some of you don't have your appetite. Some of you are declining food. Some of you are just like in, it's almost like your palate has changed and you're taking on, it's like your palate has changed and you're, whatever you used to like, you have an aversion to it now. So there's definitely dietary changes. There's definitely foregoing food. There's definitely changes when it comes to, you know, whatever it is that you're that you're putting in your body. And I'm also feeling as well, let's talk a little bit about the family situation. I have here the Hierophant and the imagery with the family. There is as well a sense of, am I worthy and am I deserving? So I feel some of you are in a situation, right? And I feel like it's work related and it's also relationship related as well. Work related, relationship oriented, where you're just like, I'm comfortable here. I'm comfortable here. And never in a million years would I thought that, you know, somebody this, so let's say if you're in a relationship, never would I in a million years thought this person would be into me. But now I'm in this relationship with this person and I really like this person and I'm comfortable here. And then I see the same messages resonating across the work situation. I've struggled really hard and I'm where I am right now. The work is not exactly, you know, too difficult. It's not labor intensive. It's not, you know, crazy. People trust me. People see me as the go-to person. I fix other people's problems and I'm, you know, well regarded by all my colleagues and coworkers and I'm comfortable here. So there's a thing here about, you know, taking a little bit of a break because you're comfortable where you're at. You're comfortable. It's a point of comfort, which can be really, really good. You know, it's like finally being able to kick back and just enjoy things. However, I feel like there are opportunities that are coming in for you very, very fast, very soon. And I feel this opportunity around the April timeframe, where you're going to have to jump on it very quickly. So despite feeling comfortable, you're going to be nudged to step out of this comfort zone and jump into a new opportunity. And I feel the April timeframe is highly indicated. And you're going to start to hear about it. And you have to kind of like shake yourself, like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get that job. I don't have the degree. I don't have the diploma. I'm comfortable where I am right now, so I'm not really sure if I want to move. For those in that comfortable relationship, there's going to be some shakeups, not in a bad way. There's going to be some shakeup in the relationship, and you're going to have to roll with the punches, and you need to kind of step out of that comfort zone a little bit, okay? And the scenario that came up when I was, as I was looking at this, is travel, movement, okay? New job opportunities, possibly taking you to a different geographical location than your love partner, okay? And then you're just like, no, I want the relationship, so I'm just going to stay put. So that could be one scenario. And then, a job that's outside of your comfort zone, or a job that is outside of your field of expertise, or a job that is outside of your geographical location, you turn it down because you're comfortable where you're at. So there's a lot to be said here about continuing to climb. There's a lot to be said here about continuing on that solitary journey. It doesn't have to be solitary, but these decisions need to be made, and kind of like in a bigger way when you're looking at the long-term trajectory when it comes to your career, when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to the things that you have to do for yourself, independent of other people. Okay? Independent of other people. So, when we see the stork, the imagery of the stork, we see it in cartoons where it brings a baby on its beak, right? Like that's like the classic Disney imagery of the stork. And I feel like that's what's happening here too. It's the beginning of something. It's the birth of something. And I also feel, very strong pregnancy vibes too, for those who are expecting, or for those who are trying to get pregnant. So I feel like, the April timeframe, I feel like there's something being unlocked where those rungs in the ladders are being filled in, or there's some type of a completion where you're going to be able to fill in those rungs in the ladder so that you can keep climbing, okay? That's what I'm feeling here. And there's another message in this cluster. Let me just take a moment. So how the beginning of the month, I mentioned, and for those of you who watch, who are like regular watchers or viewers, I mentioned a very idealistic, starry-eyed woman, right? I see that imagery coming back in as well. Somebody who is not, and this is applicable for you guys. I feel like for female Capricorn viewers, and especially even if you're dealing with another woman, this is somebody who you know, okay? And like, I feel like if I say, someone who's very starry-eyed and very idealistic, you know exactly who I'm referring to. So I see either you or somebody who's quite significant. This is somebody that turns away from temptation. This is somebody that is so on track with their moral compass that they don't deviate from their plans. So some of you could be in a relationship with somebody like this, and they're so moralistic, and they're so like they're so ambitious, and they're just so on in tune with the path that they are creating for themselves. They don't deviate from their plans. And I feel like if you're in a relationship with this person, You bring each other a lot of warmth and a lot of comfort. It feels like, you know, this childlike innocence, us against the world. If I have you, I don't need anything else. It's somebody that you trust 100%, you trust completely. And I feel almost like the relationship, you know, has its challenges. Challenges of the willpower. We have here the Chariot. And this is like, you know, it's not so much the ego conflict, because, you know, that infinity symbol indicates to me a higher elevation, a higher state of being, where the two of you don't have these petty mind games, but it's a lot more about career, big picture situations, like big picture ideals about what is the ideal career for me? What is the ultimate career track? What is it that I am doing? So I feel like you might be walking around performing a role, performing a function in your job. But when it comes to, you know, the idealism, what am I hoping to achieve? What is my ultimate end goal? What is my vision? The long-term vision isn't really there. So it's really hard in this white landscape to try to figure out, where am I supposed to go? If you're only planning for, like, you know, where's the next job? Where's the next city? Then you're only seeing, you know, that 5-mile radius. If you're thinking about long term, what is my vision? Ultimately, what do I want to do? That's vision. That's going to allow you to see the landscape. That's going to allow you to see the trees, the mountains, and the rivers, and where you are supposed to or destined to be. So I feel there's a lot of things here that indicates to me this lacking in that overall vision when it comes to looking at your life. And I feel like I think I know where this is coming from. I feel like some of you have been in situations like this. 8 of Swords. It's a little bit uncomfortable, where you don't trust your intuition. Okay, it's kind of like being stuck. You have so many ideas and you don't know how to execute. You have so many plans, and for whatever reason, they conflict with each other. They conflict with each other, or they depended on other people, or they were in like opposition with each other. So for example, I want to move away for that job, but I don't want to leave my lover behind. I want to move far away from home to go to school at this really good university, but I don't want to be far away from my parents. I want to go back to school, but I have, you know, mother, like parenting responsibilities that I can't renege on. So there are definitely things here that are blocking your progress, and they have blocked your progress in the past. And you're kind of fearful about dreaming big because you don't want to deal with that disappointment. You're fearful about how logistically, how is this going to happen for me when I have all of these other things that I have to take into account? And it seems like, you know, where you're at right now, things are okay. Things are safe. They're stable, and you can continue to exist in this safe, stable environment for a few more years. You don't see that there's anything wrong with it, but I feel like the universe wants a lot more for you. And you're kind of missing that, kind of like that bridge to get yourself here to this next phase. And I feel for some of you, it could be purely education. And then don't abandon it. Don't abandon it. So if you have been dealing with, you know, how am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to pay tuition? Or I don't know if I'm still passionate about this anymore. I don't know if this is the right major for me. I don't know if I want to go to that university really far away from home. You're going to be fine. You're going to be protected, and you're going to be able to, you know, get that diploma. But I feel like it's safe here, whereas this is a whole other world, and you're not ready yet to make that leap. But you're going to need to. So there are major changes coming in for you guys in the month of April. I would say in the time of Taurus, we have the Hierophant, April 21st to May 21st. Opportunities for promotions too. And I don't feel like it's falling on your lap. You kind of have to go out of your way to get it. And I feel like the universe is prepping you to kind of step out of the comfort zone a little bit and grab that next phase, okay? There's also a need here to be a little bit more strategic when it comes to your overall career goals. It's not just, you know, one step at a time, climbing that ladder. It's more about thinking, you know, that vision. It's not just a job, it's a career. It has to have vision, and its vision needs to align with your vision in order for you to be in the right place at the right time. Whenever our job lines up with our vision, we get promoted really fast because we're in the right place, because energetically we are in sync with that work environment. And sometimes it might have already happened for you guys, and then now there's a little bit of a lull. Like, where do I go next? Find that next vision and align yourself with the job or the career that is in alignment with your new vision, and then you will be able to advance very, very quickly. So I feel this is what is coming into the picture, and this is what January is all about for you guys. Readjustment, redefining, hashing that vision that you have for yourself. So you have somebody that's bringing this vision for you. And I mentioned that idealistic woman, the person that wants to change the world, that wants to make the world a better place, a person with such a strong moral compass that they cannot be tempted with material goods. They cannot be tempted with, you know, to do the wrong things, because their heart and their minds are so in alignment with morality and, you know, wanting to do the right things that they will not kind of put their life on hold for other people. And I feel like this is a person that is coming into the picture to inspire you to take that next step and to really follow that vision. Okay. What I have here is the Justice card, and I'm drawn to this mirror. This is just not just thinking about, and it's Leonardo da Vinci in the mirror. This is the Leonardo da Vinci deck. But what I feel is, it's not just about here and now and what's coming up in the next 5 months. This is about, you know, what do we want to do like 30 years from now, 50 years from now? When we're old, will we still be happy where we're at? When we're older, will we still be content, or will we kick ourselves over all of these missed opportunities that we are afraid to take, or things that we say we're going to do, but life, you know, circumstances or whatever reason, we put them on the back burner and never initiate these things. So you've got some things that you need to really get going with, okay? And I mentioned it's crunch time in the previous video, and I feel like it's happening right now too. You've got some really good things, mainly because I feel like it's a clean page, okay? Your future is a blank page. So that means you can make it really, really good. You can, you know, continue to drudge on, or you can sit and relax and things will still be fine. But once again, 30, 50 years from now, will you still be happy, or will you be kind of regretful about these opportunities that you didn't take?